The investigation into a fatal crash from earlier this month is continuing. Today, state police shut down the interstate while looking at evidence.
Police are investigating a report of shots fired into a car overnight, injuring a person inside.
And students at one Lexington school serving others in the spirit of Thanksgiving will take you to their hour of giving.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. State police were back on the scene of a deadly accident this morning for accident reconstruction.
All 3 lanes were closed at exit 49 for several hours this afternoon, causing some traffic issues for a lot of people. WKYT's Victor Puente has more on the investigation. It's our top story at 4:30.
That accident reconstruction backed traffic up for miles. Kentucky State Police were trying to learn more about a crash from earlier this month that killed a Nicholasville man. The reconstruction was set up near mile marker 47 of the southbound lanes. Little up the road, State Police had closed the interstate at exit 49. The crash they were investigating happened at November 1st when 46-year-old Pavel Zerko's semi was rear-ended by a driver from Livingston. State Police say Zerko pulled over to check on that driver, and when he got out of his semi, a man from Florida struck the car that hit him, then struck Zerko. All 3 drivers were taken to various hospitals. Zerko did not survive his injuries. This morning, State Police took measurements of the scene. They tell me they always do an accident reconstruction on fatal crashes, but weren't able to that night.
We use surveying equipment to do a diagram of the scene. It'll give us a 2-scale diagram in computer that we can then later create 2D and 3D models of the collision scene.
When I first spoke to State Police, they told me they didn't know if anyone would be facing charges. They said they were waiting on blood tests for the drivers involved. Today, they told me that those blood tests are still pending. In Laurel County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
And the southbound lanes reopened about 1 this afternoon.
A man ended up in the hospital after his car window was shot out along a Lexington road.
Police received a call about 1:30 this morning about shots being fired on Kennesaw Drive, but they didn't find anything. A short time later, a man showed up at St. Joseph East saying someone had shot the window out of his car as he was driving down Armstrong Mill, and broken glass hit his eye. At this point, police don't think the victim was targeted by the shooter.
For the second time in less than a month, Lexington police are investigating a burglary at a gas station. It happened about 2 this morning at the Murphy's gas station by the Hamburg Walmart. Police say someone smashed out the store's front window and took off with some cash and cigarettes. A similar smash and grab happened at the same gas station last month. What a beautiful fall afternoon out there. The sun was out, a little chilly, but really just a great Friday for November.
Yeah, and this weekend we will see more nice weather, but get ready for some colder temperatures. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. I guess it's all relative, right?
It really is. It is middle of November now. Those numbers obviously start to trend down. Still today, not too bad. Low 50s out there. A fair amount of sunshine, as you mentioned, across the entire area. And with that sun low on the horizon now, as Officer Don likes to tell us, when you're out driving, boy, watch for that sun glare to really get after you late in the afternoons like this. What we're seeing on our Defender radar network, it's quiet across Kentucky. Most of the eastern part of the country until we get into the Great Lakes, rain, snow showers into parts of those areas. And again, that northwesterly flow is still out there with us. And if you're out and about this evening, it's a quick drop in temperatures now as we have the mainly clear skies with us, lower humidity levels, chilly evening. Winds are still gusty early part of the evening, but will begin to taper off as we go between 9 and 11 o'clock. That will allow temperatures to drop into the upper 30s for the second half of your evening out on the town. Guys, when I come back in a few minutes, we're going to focus on the good. That's your weekend, and we'll focus on the bad. That's once we get into Monday with a big storm heading our way.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. This is the season of Thanksgiving, and today the students of Sayre School gathered for an hour of giving.
Our Michelle Chamberlain has more on what this Lexington school is doing to help the homeless community for the upcoming holidays.
People were sitting out there putting these socks on. Like, I gave them a gold coin, and it's like, I just started crying. I just didn't realize how important a clean pair of socks are.
As the holiday seasons approach, Sayre School is close to its goal of collecting more than 2,000 pair of socks for those in need.
I think it is amazing to see how valuable these socks are to those in need. They spend a lot of time outside, a lot of time on their feet, and these socks are just a treasure for them.
Sayre teams up with Lighthouse Ministries, an organization that helps to feed the homeless. Director Tay Henderson is amazed by the generosity of the Sayre students.
It's been a blessing. I mean, we would love having the socks.
Students are also collecting food, which will be served at a Thanksgiving meal here at Sayre for those in need. In years past, they've typically served an average of 400 people, a third of those being children.
I think it's such a concrete gift for them to be able to know that their box of mashed potatoes or can of corn helps to feed someone their own age. Even if we all just bring in one can of corn, that all of our cans together make such an impact for the Lighthouse Ministry.
In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And the socks will be handed out at the Thanksgiving meal. The remaining socks will be given out to various organizations throughout Lexington. Such a basic thing that I think all of us, most of us, take for granted.
It is a great life lesson that those students are learning for sure.
Good for them. 2 teams in Kentucky are currently tops in the world in their sport, robotics.
William Joy caught up with John Hardin High School and Central Hardin High School, who've only been competing for about 3 years.
So I've spent 257 hours in the lab.
I'm just going to try right motor 85.
And it goes down and it'll shoot.
Keely Slade is the #1 ranked robotics programmer in the world.
They get to play with the robots. That's awesome.
And she's only a sophomore.
The secret just falls in our engineering program.
3 years ago, Jason Neagle helped start the robotics program at Central Hardin.
We really didn't know what to expect.
They came in first in the nation, and one member finished third in the world out of 14,000 teams.
I think we may be over-prepared.
Just last year, North Hardin and John Hardin joined in.
Everyone kind of shares ideas. They share, what works and what doesn't work.
Out of 180 teams at last year's state final, Central Hardin finished first.
Just make it go straight and then see where I can change it there.
The runner-up was John Hardin, and the teams pull in award after award.
You can feel it, and you get this rush, the same rush that I get when I step onto a soccer field.
Neagle says it's a half sport and half class.
We're always talking about students can learn at a higher level. It takes them to that analysis and synthesis and application level. Takes what they actually learn in the classroom and really apply it. The competition part throws in that motivation.
He says the program is very competitive.
There's heartbreak and heartache, and then there's excitement too at every event.
The wiring, numbers, and programming may be difficult.
2, 1.
But Hardin County has a simple strategy.
We've just had a lot of dedicated people.
Now that is pretty cool. The world competition will actually be held in Louisville for the next 3 years, which is convenient for both of those teams. They say some of their biggest rivals come from Utah and Singapore. Some doctors' offices are getting together to help people in need.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about in Jessamine County with more on a canned food drive and how you can help too. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here in Jessamine County. Listen, I don't know if I'm ever going to leave this office. You got a whole group of awesome people who work here in Jessamine County who are giving back to the community. Dr. Clark, I need some help here. I got my hands full. It looks like everybody has their hands full, which is a good problem to have when it comes to giving back.
It does. I mean, it's our pleasure to be involved in this and to give back to the community and spread the wealth and spread the joy this holiday season.
So many different people have come together, like Sims Drugs here in Jessamine County. John, why are you guys doing this?
Well, we had the opportunity to team up with Dr. Bishop and opportunity to help everyone in Jessamine County, and we couldn't turn it down.
Isn't it nice when all of these offices come together like you guys over here? Where can folks drop off?
At White Greer and Maggard, our Nicholasville location. It's right across from Lowe's on Fairfield Drive, so you guys can come through the end of the food drive.
I know, I'm like, take the food, people, keep it moving, keep it moving. Terry Fisher is with us, Terry Ware, and Terry, you all have put together a fabulous event where so many people are pitching in. It's got to make you feel good. You said you've done this in years past. It's on a huge scale this year.
Yes, it is, but we're so excited, and our patients have been so wonderful about helping us. We've had a great response this year, and so we hope it's even bigger and better next year. But
how can folks participate?
You can participate by stopping by any of the locations: Dr. Bishop's office, White Greer and Maggard, Kentucky Oral Center for Oral and Maxillofacial, Sims Drugs, and St. Joseph Health here in Jessamine County.
And there's a little bit of an incentive for folks too.
There is, yes. And we have this lovely basket here that's full of some fantastic autographs. We have Collie Stein, Carl Towns. We had a donation by Wildcat Apparel with Devin Booker basketball. We've got Cabela $100 gift card, Marshall's $50, and then Apple for $25. So if you bring a canned good to any of the following locations, please fill out a little ticket, put your phone number, and you're registered to win the basket on the 23rd.
Okay, so this is happening until November 23rd. Folks can drop off any kind of canned good, food, perishable items, non-perishable food items to any of these locations, and you too can share a smile and help folks out here in Jessamine County. I'm Deanne Stevens. I think they need my help. Check out all this food back here. Come on, people, let's get it unloaded. Bring your food in too. Bring it to Jessamine County. I'm Deanne Stevens. Back to you guys.
I think Deanne's taken over there.
She says snap to it.
She's in charge. All right. A new dramedy unravels the housing market collapse. And get ready to spend some of Thanksgiving Day with Justin Bieber.
Suzanne Marquez has those stories and more in your Eye on Entertainment.
A performance by Justin Bieber will air during the Thanksgiving Day parade on CBS. The Broadway cast of the hit musical Beautiful, the Carole King musical, will also perform. The parade kicks off in New York City at 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on CBS. The stars of the new dramedy based on the best-selling book, The Big Short, turned out for the world premiere in Hollywood. Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Brad Pitt play four outsiders who predict the housing bubble collapse.
American people are getting screwed by the big banks. And I am getting madder and madder.
It's unbelievable.
They set out to expose big banks for their greed.
There are people who are still feeling the results of what happened, and I don't think understand how it happened. I certainly didn't. You know, I thought I did, but I didn't until I started researching the movie.
Based on the Michael Lewis book, The Big Short opens in limited release December 11th. Diane Keaton, Olivia Wilde, and John Goodman hit the red carpet in Los Angeles for their new movie, Love the Coopers. Echoing their joys. When four generations of one family get together for Christmas, anything is bound to happen, but this holiday could be their last.
This family lives in so many different places. They're going through so many little dramas, and yet on this holiday they gather. And, you know, that's how it is for a lot of us.
Love the Coopers opens in theaters today. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Hollywood.
An actress from CBS's NCIS is recovering today after being attacked right outside her Hollywood home. In an emotional tweet overnight, Polly Perrette detailed how a homeless man pinned her down and punched her repeatedly. Perrette, who plays Abby, a forensic scientist on the hit show, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. A friend eventually tracked down her attacker at a store down the street and was arrested. He's now facing a felony assault charge.
An aging mobster has been acquitted of charges that he helped to plan a heist that was later depicted in the Martin Scorsese mafia hit Goodfellas. Vincent Osorio threw his hands in the air and shouted "free" as he walked out of the courtroom. He was arrested last year after his crime family cousin told authorities that Osorio helped plan a $6 million airline cargo heist in 1978. At that time, it was called the largest in U.S. history. Evidence included secret recordings of Osorio complaining that he didn't get his fair share of the take. The defense accused the cousin of framing Osorio to win leniency.
All right, we are in store for one great weekend, it sounds like.
I think we're due for that. And two of us, Chris, I don't know about you, we're ready for the weekend. Glad it's Friday.
You know what?
One of those weeks.
I was ready for the weekend last Sunday. I mean, I didn't even give the week a chance before I was ready for this weekend. This is how the weekend is starting off. We have beautiful sunny skies. Look at that sunset right now. I need the sunglasses on just to look at our sky cam. But that is what folks are dealing with across central and eastern Kentucky as of now. So if you're heading into downtown Lexington, beautiful skies, absolutely nothing going on. Of course, we've got the UK game down at Rupp Arena, tipping off a brand new season. Folks coming out of Rupp, we know it's nice going in, be a little on the chilly side with temperatures upper 30s and low 40s, breezy, chilly, but mainly clear skies that will be ongoing throughout the entire area. As we go through the weekend, the nice weather's going to roll on. Big changes, though, next week. I'll talk more about that a little later. Right now, let's get a check on traffic and see how things are looking as a lot of folks are heading into downtown Lexington and going away from Lexington. Here's Officer Don.
Live look at Lexington drive times this afternoon. Our traffic flow, at least for now, and looks like we're okay. Downtown, headed to the game. Now, a little different look at that situation. Right now, you can see we're flowing okay on Main Street, Vine. It looks like South Broadway, North Broadway, normal stuff. It's going to pick up, though, as we get closer to game time. We're going to see delays in those areas closer to Rupp Arena. Now, drive times, for now, we're good to go. One of the things that could impact your drive time if you're going to be on the circle a little bit later, in the next few minutes at least, sun delays right now already popping up on the outer loop approaching Leestown to Versailles Road. But headed out of town toward Richmond, Nicholasville, Frankfort, we're in pretty good shape. Now back to you in the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. The Hamburglar caught on camera and the next CrossFit phenomenon. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
3 burglary suspects apparently got a little hungry as they ransacked a California home. Police say, San Jose police say that the 3 suspects forced their way into a home. They tore through the place, stealing personal property. But as you can see here, they helped themselves to some food before leaving the scene. And that's just wrong. They were captured by a surveillance camera raiding the refrigerator. One of the suspects has been caught. Look at that. That's disgusting. And the other 2 are still at large.
All right. She may be the definition of girl power. That's right. This 8-year-old is taking the CrossFit community by storm by competing with people twice her size. Brooklyn Sittner started out at the gym as just a spectator, but quickly picked up on the workouts. Now, Brooklyn trains every week with her father, who's also her coach. She exudes self-confidence.
You just have to believe that you can lift, and there's no way that you could do CrossFit if you didn't believe in yourself.
Brooklyn hopes to compete in the CrossFit Games when she is 14. The competition is basically the Olympics of CrossFit. We saw this video last night and we were both captivated by it because, you know, she's 8 years old and she's great.
More power to her, because at a time when so many of us, even and young people, are sitting behind a computer for hours, there she is. She's getting fit, exercising.
For her.
Yeah.
All right. On this Friday, stick with us. Here's what's coming your way now at 5 o'clock.